So B gave us two conjoined angles, and it told us that the measure of the largest angle is 15x minus 10, and it wants us to solve for x. So we're using the angle addition postulate, saying that RSP plus PST equals RST, and that's the angle addition postulate. And so we substituted in the numbers, we added these together, we added and subtracted on both sides, we divided by 9, and we ended up with x equals 5. Pause here to do reflection number 7 and your turn number 8. Come back when you're done. With number 7, opposite rays share an endpoint and form a straight line. Adjacent angles share an endpoint and a ray, but they don't overlap. And number 8, if the measure of angle LMN is the same as 2 times the measure of NMP, then one of these plus 2 of these is going to equal 180 degrees, because this makes a straight angle. So I end up with 3x equals 180. So x equals 60, which means the measure of the small one is 60 and the measure of the large one is 120. And you can see that the 2 times the measure of the small one equals the measure of the big one. Our last little bit is on using postulates about lines and planes, and these are listed on page 50, and I'm going to need you to look at the pictures on these and really read through and try and understand what all of those pictures are trying to say, because you really need to look at something in order to understand what it's talking about, because again, those are undefined from way back in the beginning paragraph. But we're going to use those ideas to do A. So in A on page 51, they're giving you the description and the example from the figure. Walk yourself through those, pause if you have to, and come back when you do. And now see if you can do B on your own. Pause here and come back when you've got B finished. B is going to give you line FG, or line GJ, or line JF. Second one is J. Third one is F, J, and H are coplanar. And the last one, points F, J, and G are collinear. So here I'd like you to pause, because we're almost done, and do the reflection questions and the elaborate questions. Number 9 is any flat surface that you happened to name. Number 10, I have line ABC here. Those are collinear. But coplanar means it has to be something that's not collinear. It has to be off the line somewhere. Number 11, a postulate is something accepted to be true, and a definition is a meaning of a word. And really that answer I don't care about. Number 12, if S is between R and T, then RS plus ST equals RT. Number 13, through any non-collinear points, there is one plane. A, B, D showed us that here. So a tripod will always end up on all 3 feet, whereas a 4-legged table might jiggle. And number 14 is facts, definitions, postulates, properties, and theorems. Your homework is numbers 1 through 28 all. Now in your calendar, tomorrow you have performance assessments. So So what I'd like you to do is notice that on page 56, there is a lesson performance task for 1-4. Please do that tomorrow's homework. This is tonight's homework. But notice that there's one for at the end of 1-3 and 1-2 and 1-1. So your homework tomorrow is to get these 4 performance assessment pieces done. Your homework for the next day is going to be to do the three review sections, and those will get counted as a quiz. So we've got the study guide review on page 57, and it has all the basics that you could need to know, and then 5 questions to answer. And then you turn the page and you have ready to go on, and you have 5 questions there, and then you have assessment readiness, and you have 4 questions there. So overall, it's not a lot of questions, and we're going to call this RRR. Every time we get to the end of a module, I'm going to ask you to do RRR one day, and I'm going to ask you to do the performance assessments of all of the sections one day. And hopefully together, those will get you ready for the test. The test is at the end of the unit, and this unit has modules 1, 2, and 3 in it. We've just finished module 1. So tonight's homework is this section, and then tomorrow night is RRR, and the next night, tomorrow night is performance assessment, and the next night is RRR, and then we're going to go on to module 2. Please let me know if you have any questions, and I will see you tomorrow.